been set up, and this one is going to be between Devin Haney, the Dream, going against Regis Prograis, and is set for Chase Center on 10/28. The fight was originally deemed for Vegas, but what happened was is that they ran out of time, so they couldn't secure the venue. So now they find themselves in San Francisco fighting in a city that hasn't hosted a title fight in the last 20 years. And that's great because you have a big time local hero in Devin Haney, who's from Oakland, right across the bridge, and he's so excited about fighting in the Bay Area. His father is as well too, because they know that we got the home team with us, we got the home crowd with us, and we feeling good, feeling great. And Regis is doing, a very honorable thing because he's the champion here, and he's taking his belt into hostile territory to fight Devin Haney, and he's very confident that he's going to knock out Devin Haney as well too, and he just truly feels very good about this fight going in. Okay, let's get to the reality of the situation though. Devin Haney is the star in waiting if he's not already a superstar, and Devin Haney is going through a process. So he goes to 140, a weight class that he's foreign to, but he doesn't take a tune-up. He goes directly at a champ, the WBC champ, because he has a lot of ties to the WBC because that was the first belt he won. So he's able to become the number one contender for that belt because he was just the world champion at the division below him. So when he comes in here and he fights Prograis, he chooses Prograis first, who has a belt. He would have chose Prograis first if he didn't have a belt, because he knows something that the public doesn't want to admit. The guy can't make 140. And when he does make 140, he's totally drained out. His power is not there, and he is really a liability. It showed in his last fight. He had issues with the guy that is not that hard of a hitter. And he had major issues with the guy because he was a good technical boxer who knew how to move around the ring and knew how to frustrate. Everything that Devin Haney is great at doing. And then Devin Haney is a master body puncher as well too. And that's something that really affects guys that can't make weight. And I truly do feel they know that this is really a mismatch when you get down to the nitty-gritty of things. And it's not Prograis is the favorite. It's not. It's just not. Yeah, you've been at 140 for your whole career or whatever, but you fought at 147 for a while too, because you literally came out and said you cannot make 140 anymore. But then as soon as we had a WBC belt on the line, all of a sudden you can make 140 again. And then when you defend this 140 title, we see you literally in damn near a coma on the bed. I thought the dude was dead. And talking about y'all don't know how hard it is for us to do this. Well, I do. I know it's hard when you're always walking around at 160 and 165 and you keep trying to drop that 25 pounds 4 weeks before a fight. Floyd Mayweather was the best because Floyd Mayweather walked around at his fighting weight. He never had to cut weight and do all that extra stuff and be unhealthy. So there's a lot of things that guys are figuring out and guys are learning to do, but that doesn't necessarily make them elite fighters. And I think that Prograis is somebody that was a very good fighter a few years back, on his way to being an elite fighter. But when he lost to Josh Taylor, he lost a lot of luster and he lost a lot of his selling power, because that fight was literally a tournament. And then you saw really that the dude wasn't much of a draw. So that's why they kind of held him up. They didn't really do much with him. And sometimes you just got bad management. And that's exactly what happened to Prograis. And Devin Haney, it's been a plan. It's been a process. These men have done their research. They've done their work. And they said that we're going to be the bosses and we're going to make deals with these promoters. This is why Devin Haney's the most hated boxer, because Devin Haney's in control of his destiny. Most of the rest of them aren't, if they're not past, 32 or 33 on that Canelo, Crawford, Spence level, where guys have really put in the work and actually showed that they were draws. Okay. There's this is a business first, a sports second. Always remember that with boxing. Okay. And Devin Haney is big business. Regis Prograis is a champion. Both guys are benefiting from this big time fight. Regis Prograis will probably get himself a few more bigger fights against big names because now he has Devin Haney on his resume. And Devin Haney has Regis Prograis here. If he's able to beat Regis Prograis, then that puts another that checks off another box of the Devin doubters and haters, because they felt vehemently 6 months ago Regis would destroy and kill this boy. Now we get to the fight, we get closer to the fight that's going to be in a month, and everybody's, it's 50-50. I don't know about. Yeah, because that guys are only getting older and they're not getting younger. And the guy who's younger has the advantage right now because he's growing into these weights. Prograis is growing out of these weights. This is textbook 101 to where a fighter absolutely crushes the reigning champion. And I see it. I'm not saying that say that's a guaranteed to happen, but the writing is on the wall for this one. And I think that Devin Haney is going to probably have a big showcase night against Prograis, and I truly feel like he will stop him in the late rounds as well, too. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But that's going to be my 2 cents on the Haney Prograis WBC 140 super lightweight title bout at the beautiful Chase Center in San Francisco, California on October 28th. And that's going to be like a Halloween fight. So people are going to be dressed up in all their fun stuff, and it's going to be a movie. It's going to be a movie. And I should be there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I should be there. I'm gonna look into making sure that I can cover that fight and have everything in place to cover that fight. So I'll confirm that in the next few weeks or so. But I will make sure that I do sign up for credentials and all that good stuff once they do become available. So hopefully we can have a live feed, a live reactions at the actual fight week as well too. So with that, you guys stay tuned. You guys stay tight. I'll be right back to you. I went a little bit over, but that means that we got to go a little bit quicker when we talk about baseball. So pretty much, you guys stay tuned. This is the Premier Sports Betting Show, the Primetime Angles with the one and only Pop Dibiase, the Primetime Capper.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only